All right, I'm live. All right. Shit. It's been a while since I used StreamYard. It's been a good minute. God dang it. All right. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Welcome back to another episode of YouTube Shenanigans. Uh, how do I share a link? God dang it. Where the fuck are my glasses? All right. So, I was supposed to do a stream. Oh, Omega Line. I was supposed to do a stream with Cyber Supreme, but I got caught up with some other bullshit, so I'm here. So we're gonna get this shit started. And y'all know the rules. You guys can come up and we can talk about certain shit. I don't mind y'all talking about anything, but just don't come up here trolling and shit and flashing because I seen so much of that, and that's childish. I mean, we're all grown ass adults here, so keep it respectful and don't do anything stupid. But besides all that, I am doing great. So far, so good. Getting my life together. And that's all you can ask for, or I can ask for. But let me let me know how y'all are doing, because what the fuck. But yeah. While we wait for Cyber to come up, you know, next week I go back home for leave. I got 8 days of leave, so that's good, and I'm gonna use some of that leave. And I'm gonna use the rest of my leave for Christmas and spend 2 weeks with the family. Because last year I didn't, because I was dumb enough to like spend all that shit on Thanksgiving, especially my mom's birthday. I mean, yeah, my mom's birthday was important, but like the most important thing was like Christmas. And my mom got sick because it was like the first time in my life in our lives that like we never spend Christmas with each other. Van Garcia says, "Are you ready for World War III?" Uh, yeah, sure. Yes, I am ready for World War III. But I don't really, honestly, the shit that's going on in fucking Israel, yeah, like it shouldn't be happening, but it is happening. But I'm not gonna get too caught up on that shit because it's not my business to know. Okay, because first of all, I don't deal in that type of shit. What I'm doing, I don't deal in that type of shit. So uh, it's just too much. But and those people over there, they don't deserve to have their lives taken or their homes destroyed. That's something I don't tolerate. So my prayers are to them. And look who just came up. What's going on, Cyber?
Testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Cool. All right, I'm here.
All right, so yeah, we were supposed to. I'm just catching up with you to talk about like we were going to talk about the divestment and how like pink pills and how the women and the divestors they like to blame everything on black men and all that shit.
Mm, okay.
And yeah, and
So I
we could
guess
do some other shit too. I mean, I don't mind it.
no, that's cool. No, I guess the best way to start is probably would be better if you like a question and answer format will probably be better. Uh, that way you could ask me whatever, and then
Oh
I
yeah,
could I could just I give you what people want. I give you the authentic cyber.
yeah, sure. Go ahead, and that's so we're here for. Just you can talk your shit. And
All
you,
right. Well, ask
all
away,
right,
and then I'll respond. So just ask me whatever. Like that's what I say. Do a question and answer format for me for that. Obviously, you may have a perspective or question and put it out there in the form of a question, and then I
all right,
can give a perspective on it.
all right. Oh, we'll just see where this dialogue can go.
All
But
right.
anyways, so what are your thoughts about the divestment and pink pills? Pink pilled.
Mm. So honestly, I personally think that I think that it's all. I think it's hogwash. I think it's bullshit.
Hmm.
Cyber thinks it's fuckery, and I think it's really um just a marketing ploy for people to brand themselves as that um to kind of just prostitute temporary people traffic off of it. What do I mean by that? Well, I don't need a pill. I don't need to be analogous, to a Matrix movie pill in order for me to have a standing in my life, right? I am, therefore I exist. I exist, therefore I am. And I'm here in real time. I mean, The Matrix is great. It's a good movie. It's good fiction. It's a good story. It's very interesting, right? But I don't need the analogy and parallelism of a pill and the uh you know the associations of a red pill or a blue pill, and the red pill means this and the blue pill means that. I don't need that, right? Um, like I said, I just exist. I'm here. We're in the universe. We're in the physical world, in the real world, spiritual world, whatever. And I don't need to conform to one side, a red pill, a blue side, a blue pill, the other side, a black pill, a purple pill, a pink pill. I don't need to do all that in order to get people to, uh, agree with my prerogative and my perspective. I don't do that. If we agree, we agree. If we disagree, we disagree. Um, and it's fuck you that if we can't disagree without being at peace. Like if we have to, if a disagreement has to be, well, you don't espouse true blue pill, you don't espouse true red pill, or you espouse true red pill, or your talking points are true blue pill, or you a purple pill, or you're this and that. It's automatically fuck you, because it's like, no, it's like, okay, well, I want to wear shorts outside when it's like 89 and the humidity is like fucking 70%. I want to wear shorts, not athletic running tights. Nah, man, you see, there's motherfuckers like you that wear athletic running tights when it's 85 outside and the humidity is 75%. You motherfuckers are stupid. Okay, well, you go and catch a heat stroke. Man, whatever, fuck that. It's like that, and I think that's what the perspective is. It's like people lumping themselves into these lots, these groups. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have similar ideological viewpoints and perspectives. Absolutely not. People are going to have that because we all exist in an experience here and where we are within space and time. But it starts to get bad when you start to have to lump people in, and when people don't espouse your beliefs, they're like this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, I don't get with that. And then they make it to have these qualifying factors, right? Like, I think, and I mean, I assume pink pill is mostly for women, and most of these women have these espoused or created views or perspectives, most of which are totally unwarranted when you break them down. When you really drill into it and break it down, they won't let you, because then their premise will be exposed. And if their premise is exposed, well, they can't have any type of containerization to call themselves pink this, or orange that, or fuchsia this, right? And if they can't have that type of containerization to call themselves pink pill and espouse all of the 22 rules, or the 12 rules, or the 7 rules, of whatever rules that they have, that mandates that if you think like this, if you do like this, if you abide by these rules, and if it walks and it quacks and it sounds like a pink pill, then you're a pink pill person, then you're a pink pill. If they don't have that encasement, then they can't be that. And so, they're not going to let you tear down the structure, even if it's in truth. They're not going to let you do it. And so I think it's bullshit, it's fuckery, and they use it for a cover, they use it for a shield, and it's groupthink. At the ultimate high level, it's groupthink.
Now, based on what you said, you think that this whole pill thing, like people coming up with the narrative that there are pills, is stupid? It's
I wouldn't.
ludicrous.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it's my prerogative, but no, I think it's quite foolish. I mean, if the nuclear bombs hit tomorrow, or if the rock came from space tomorrow, wiped everything out, and we had to start back at the beginning, are you thinking about an analogous pill reference when you're rubbing two sticks together to make fire? I don't think so. Hmm.
Because truthfully, in my opinion, I think the pills are stupid. Because like there are no pills.
No.
I think people just make it up just to make themselves sound smart and as if they know what they're talking about. But really, it's just how we think. You don't need you don't need to use pills.
Based off a movie. If there was no Matrix, what would they have? They wouldn't have. There would be no red pill, blue pill, pink pill, black pill, purple pill, whatever. If Matrix would have never came out, or if the script would have been different, were they gonna say the black beans, the purple beans? What if they used pennies? What if they used pigs? Are people gonna use pigs? Red dot, blue dot, purple dot, pink dot. Like, what if they didn't use anything referencing red, black, blue, purple, whatever? It wouldn't exist. Hogwash.
Yeah. So moving on. What is your reaction now that Cynthia G got her channel taken out for the fourth time This wasn't the first time that she actually got her channel taken down. Like, what are your thoughts about that? I'm curious to know because I'm sure you have a lot to say about that.
I actually have very, very minimal to say about it. I have a lot to say about it, but I have a lot to say about it in a very minimal way. And that is cyclic redundancy is great. Cyclical redundancy is beautiful. She's experiencing what I dub to be the non-computer version of cyclic redundancy. She's transgressed for a long time, and the AI, the machine learning, the ML, has finally caught up with her. And that AI and that machine learning contains policies that she should have been detected upon for quite some time, but there are nuances in the system, right? People get away with shit in YouTube and they don't get caught till later. And the machines have caught up with her. The policies have caught up with her. And every time she tries to stand up, she gets chopped back down. And the machines see it. And the machines have begun to adjust to it. The machines have begun to dial in. The AI is working, it's learning. The machines are learning. The algorithm is creating itself, it's spreading out, stretching out. And now it knows who she is. It probably has a historical log of what she is, and her feeble mind and the rest of the feeble minds of other people who follow her, who believe her, what they don't understand, right? They don't understand the depths and the strengths of computer science and the caverns of code, right? The caverns of logic, right? The abyss of logic. They don't understand that the algorithms are on auto deploy, they're on auto scale, and no matter how much she tries to stand up, no matter where she goes, she now has the machines now have a profile for her. They know who you are. They have a historical reference just for you. And the machines have done all the analysis that they needed to do, and they have all the computational power that they need to have. She's finished. Good riddance. I don't feel sorry for her. Uh, I hope she saved any money she made up. I hope she did. Uh, I hope that the people who were just fair weather people are going to jump off and jump to the next sensational liar who make them feel good because they probably can't keep it real with themselves in daily life. So they use an outlet like a Cynthia G to champion how they feel, to champion what they want to say, to champion what they want to do, to champion seeing other people fall because they can't make people fall themselves, or they can't compete against people in the same legitimate sphere as those other folks themselves. So they champion, they ride the coattails and the emotional boat of Cynthia G. And they believe into the falsehoods and they buy the lies. I hope that those people who are the fair weather friends, who are just in it for just a feeling and a fix, drop off real fast because that means their pocketbooks are going to be the first ones to close of many. And I hope she saved her money. I hope she has a backup plan to rely on maybe what she went to school for, which I believe is perhaps psychology. But it's over. Cyclical redundancy is great.
Well, I don't wish anything bad on her because I'm not the type of person to do that. Even though,
Fuck her.
regardless of how fucked up somebody does some things, like I know that she was one of the main people that made fun of Kevin Samuels' death, and anybody that does it, fuck you. First of all, like that just shows you that you have a lot of hatred in your heart, and like that's really fucked up. And like if if you do that shit in real life, you would have gotten your ass beat. I'm slap the shit out of you. But like she had to come. She really had to come. I saw it coming, and I'm not really surprised that she got kicked out because that was her own doing. And like she has a habit of blaming black men for her fuck ups, like she was not smart enough to find the right black dude, and like because this black dude that she got knocked up by, he was with he had babies with a bunch of other different women, and she wanted to turn around and blame all
Bob
the
G
black
got
men for her problems. Like
yeah. You
that's
talk Bob G character or whoever the hell he was. I mean, here's the thing. Blaming black men. She can't blame me. I don't watch your show. I used to watch like a little bit, like I used to listen in here and there. But I mean, think about it. You created a show, Cynthia G. Cynthia G, you created a show that you had a panel of women and you made it your business, your show's business to purposely cajole and make fun of black men on purpose to the amusement of other black women and other goofy black men who would entertain it and pay for it and be amused by it. That was your show. That's what you did. Now, those of us who didn't give a fuck about what it was that you was doing, it's not my fault. You are the content creator. That's you designed that format. You drew up that blueprint. You did that. Who they choose, who they really choose. They're not choosing you. They weren't choosing you, even if it was a fat white cow. They didn't choose that fat white cow might have had some sloppy ass mouth. A man's gonna be a man. You know what I'm saying? That was your design. You chose that, Cynthia G. And then when you saw people who didn't fit that narrative, you chose not to show them. I couldn't show them. I'll lose viewership. My viewers don't want to see the truth. They want to see the bullshit. So you curated that content. You created that blueprint. You initialized it. You enforced it. You put it out there. And it's the
Yep.
very thing that got the ring around your neck. So,
Mhm.
it's not my fault. It ain't my I'm not the reason that your show's fucked up. I didn't complain to Google. You fucked your own self. So don't don't blame me. Don't blame us. Blame yourself. You are to blame for your own destruction. You're not the only one to blame for it, but everybody who was riding with you was to blame too. Because they enabled you to keep doing it. That's truth. That's power. That hurts some people's feelings right there. Um, and the Bomb Cherries couldn't let Kevin Samuels live either. Kevin Samuels is greater than ever because he's immortal. He's memorialized. He's immortalized by the Bomb Cherries and by the Charzays and the other black women who cry that he did this and he misled that and he was this and he was that. But when he was hot, nobody gave a fuck about you. And you have to use continual historical references to him, even while he's dead, in order to assert any type of relevancy. Come on, y'all. I'm not
Mhm.
speaking another language. That's making clear sense to you all. I'll say it again. You have to continually immortalize him by making continual references to him, even though he's dead, in order to gain current relevancy about yourself. That's how great he was over you, Cynthia G, Bomb Cherry, Taz exclude, all these folks, Trinity Time Travels, right? Koja Malik's, Shahzay's, and all these other pink pills and fuchsia colored pills and teal pills and all the other uh, goofies and boofies out there. He's just like Yoda. I mean, he's just like Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you strike me down, I should become a force more powerful than you can imagine. And he's still on your hearts and minds. He's dead and rotting in bones and flesh. Yet he still owns the penthouse, and the penthouse is in your hearts and minds right now to this day. So yeah.
But yeah, and like you said, and like the thing is, Kevin Samuel said a whole lot of powerful things, and that's the reason why some people especially divestors or pink pilled, they just keep bringing him up because they're affected by what he says, and what he
Yeah,
said was pretty powerful.
yeah, it hurt. It hit home, and when it hits home, people are gonna holler out. They
But
could they could they could choose to ignore it and just live their life, but they couldn't. It hurt. It hurt too much. So yeah, he was effective. He was very effective. I probably did not agree with everything he said. Now let's keep that in mind. Again, disagreement. There's going to be points of severance, right? But on most things, he was true. That's how people got upset. They got upset because it was true. You know. So yeah,
but you would think that since he was dead, they would just stop talking about him. But that's pretty much not the case, because it's like his essence has somehow affected them, like it still lives on.
yeah, it does. Well, if he was to come back tomorrow, everybody of their people, they would shift their attention right back to him. So it essentially it never left. It's like it would be like he never left. Think
Hmm.
about this. Think about this, Azure. I'm gonna do some simple math that people out there can relate to. When Kevin Samuels was here and he found his stride, right? And that people say, well, he wasn't hot, but everybody has to get their stride. Nobody starts out hot. There are some exceptions, but everybody needs footing to get their stride. Everybody, right? Um, a famous movie actor is in that trash ass movie. Jack Nicholson was in The Shining, and he wasn't the same Jack Nicholas of A Few Good Men or the Joker and other shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sean Connery was in the first James Bond. He wasn't the Sean Connery of later Legendary League of Gentlemen and shit, Extraordinary Leagues of Gentlemen and Oceans and all this shit. He had to get his stride. But when he got his stride, yeah, it was on. Front court Lakers game type shit. So A-list, triple A-list. Matter of fact, actor on the list so exclusive you can't even put a letter to that shit type shit. Like it's just him. He's the guy. She's the girl. She's the actress. Pay them $50 million, off top to just talk to him. Kevin Samuels had to get his stride, and when he got his stride, here's my parallel example here. When he was in his stride, it's interesting. Nobody could touch him. The stadiums and the audiences were at his channel every day, every night, every week, every month, for the duration that he was here when he hit his stride. And that was a nice little run. A nice little run. And while that was the case, they were watching him in order to figure out how they could have subject matter based off of what he said. And he wasn't thinking about them. He couldn't, because he was too busy being on fire. That's like Michael Jordan playing in his day, in his era. Every night, he's Air fucking Jordan. Every night, the fucking camera is flashing and snapping. The reporters are writing their articles and writing their papers and asking their questions. And Michael Jordan is accelerating. He's performing. He's entertaining. He's controlling and dominating. He's raising the bar every fucking night, higher and higher and higher and higher. Now, we're busy watching him so that we can have shit to say about, man, did you see how Jordan went in the air from the left side of the lane, and this motherfucker turned around in a 180 or a 360 with the left hand, and he triple pumped it under two people, and then he threw that motherfucker up. on the other side of the backboard with the right hand and that motherfucker went in, the conversations are dominated about what he did. Did you think Michael Jordan is thinking about the commentary we just had about how he went from left side to right side, 360 degrees, left hand to right hand, triple pump, other side of the backboard, not even looking at the fucking rim, throwing that shit in and foul and one, and it went in, and he make the free throw, and he had 60 points, and they won by 30. Do you think he's thinking about us having that conversation on the side? He is not. He's too busy being Jordan. Kevin Samuels was too busy being Kevin Samuels. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in. Yeah, let's go. Keep these questions coming. Yeah, I'm feeling good now. You got Vincent Cyber on the line with you. Let's go.
Mela asked, do you think Kevin Samuels wrote a plan for the popularity he experienced, and was he content with it?
No, I don't think he was, Mella. I think that he wrote a plan for how he would approach his subject matter, and he executed it to perfection. People wanted to, make fun of him or call him gay and say how he dressed and all this type of shit. And it's just like, again, again, Jordan, he's too busy. As I'm gonna use that analogy, he was too busy being great, so he doesn't. He's too busy He's too busy stepping on the accelerator. And so what he had to make a plan for was that the next game, how do I continue to remain consistent, controlling and dominating offenses and defenses? How do I continue to evolve and become more of a master at the game? Well, Kevin Samuels did that every night. How does he continue to take the conversation to another level, higher and higher? Well, they can't say he didn't do that. He certainly did, because he evoked responses that got more and more intimate. Not necessarily emotional, but the responses to the subject matter became more intimate. It became a more interactive ordeal when you're dealing with him. People stopped what they were doing. People made time. People found time to make sure that they got their say in, or try to get their say in. And for the people who couldn't get their say in, they found time. They made time. They created a space and time to have something to say, even though he would never hear it.
Now, I had to cut you off, Cyber, but do you remember the cause of Kevin Samuels' death? What was the cause of his death?
It is purported, and I use the word purported on purpose. It is purported that he suffered cardiac arrest, I believe, and he was with a young woman. I'll say this as a person who no longer drinks, and I'm glad I don't. I was never a drunk person, but and I never smoked real heavy either. But I stopped those things as an athlete. I can tell you, fucking around with energy, like I see people drinking Red Bulls like they like cans of like soda pop, and I just feel so uncomfortable about that. Those drinks are designed to rev the engines up, your heart. People don't understand how blood pressure probably works in real time. Like certain shit, fucking with your blood pressure, you can fuck yourself up. And the human body, we're fragile, man. We're fragile creation. You can do some shit that can send your blood pressure so high or so low, your heart has to respond to that. Football players drinking these monster energy drinks, in the stores they got, and I'm not knocking nobody for buying. You like what you like, but you deal with the consequences. I've seen people who when they working at the warehouses, they drinking 2 or 3 of the motherfucking rock star drinks and shit, and then later in the day they smoking the joint, and then they hanging out and drinking a beer, or they taking a shot of the gin or the vodka later. and then they're not getting enough sleep for real, right? Or they out clubbing or partying or having fun or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then it's back to work the next day, and then they got this cycle, and they think that doing these things helping them maintain. It's like, no, you are damaging yourself. Um, and I truly believe that every night that brother was, it looked like he was drinking the Red Bull every night, every night. Now think about that. He's in this, probably had a great healthy streak in his youth with the martial arts and stuff or whatever, but he was 50, 60 plus. He's doing nighttime shows. I don't know what his sleeping patterns were in the day, but I'm going to assume for him, once he hit his success the way he did, you can't do too much sleeping like that. He has to plan. He got to edit videos, or he might have paid people to edit them. I don't know, but he has to do executive management on his shit, so he's not sleeping a lot. And he's drinking tall glasses of Red Bulls every night for hours at a time. So I think if that is the case, if his passing was heart related, I think that the conjunction of the Red Bulls and the late nights and whatever other lifestyle habits that he had that we did not see, including the lack of sleep and sex drives the heart rate up. I think that ultimately played a fact. We don't know what he was doing in that room. He probably popped him a pill, drunk him his usual Red Bull, and felt he was on fleek. But you can't do that, man. Even athletes have a limit.
Yeah, like drinking energy drinks. I don't drink energy drinks anymore because the fact that I get nauseated and I get
Palpitations and shit. Yeah, man, that shit ain't nothing to play with, bro.
yeah, and I catch a fucking headache. Like I was on a detachment and like I drink very little water and I thought Red Bulls were gonna help me make it through the day, but fuck no. Shit.
No,
I had a full on headache and I thought I was about to throw up. Like really. It was
yeah,
that bad. So
they'll fuck you up. You're not meant to be. It's a stimulant, and they're not meant to be treated like soda pop.
right. Right. So like just drink water and make sure
Yeah,
that you're hydrated.
yeah. I drink coffee, and but I drink decaf now, and yeah. But no, that's. I mean, that's my take on his passing. Again, if it was, it's purported that it was heart related, cardiovascular related, and yeah. I don't, drinking Red Bulls every night on the live stream is not the way to do it. Just my personal opinion. So
No. No. Either drink some water at best.
yeah,
You need to do.
yeah, he wasn't doing that.
But it wasn't like he was a bad person. I mean, he was being a dick, but I'm not gonna wish anything bad on him, especially make fun of his passing, which that's fucked up. Because you don't do some shit like that. And that's very disrespectful. Disrespectful to him and his family. So like
You
y'all
said he,
and like I
you said he was,
noticed
you said he was being a dick.
yeah, he was a dick to people.
What do you mean? Explain.
Like the delivery, like on what he says is like
Hmm.
he could have said it in like a much nicer way.
Why?
Well,
Explain what you mean. Because if his goal is to make money, there's nothing nice about that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? His
goes.
goal was to make money. So being nice was not going to cut the mustard in that regard. Um, it's not that I respect his angle. I will say I recognize the merchant minded aspiration. I'm going to sell you something that you can't say no to. And what I think he was selling is that nerds can be um, significant too. Just think about The Kingsman, right? The movie The Kingsman, for those of you who are familiar with that movie. Are you familiar with that? And greetings to you both, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, they had Kingsman one
yeah,
and two.
yeah,
Yeah, The Kingsman. Now, just think about the character who wore the glasses and the suit, you know, and he was kicking ass and taking names, right?
yeah,
So here comes Kevin Samuels. He's giving nerds hope. He's like, look, just because you don't fit the Rocky Balboa, Idris Elba look, I can offer you an image that will also attract women under the conveyance that not only am I guaranteed to be successful, you'll be lucky to have me. And that's what he was selling. He was selling that I'm guaranteed to be successful and you're lucky to have me. He was selling that. And anybody that said anything against it, he basically shut them out. Unfortunately, as you all were discussing the Red Bull addiction that he had, um, unfortunately, he was ignorant in that aspect. He was very ignorant health wise. um he would have, even if, let's say hypothetically, he was pursuing a Red Bull endorsement, right? He could have easily just faked it. He could have easily just poured out the Red Bull, put water in there, like some spring water or something, you know
Trail.
some ginger ale, like something. Well, not ginger ale because it has sugar. Typical ginger ale, canned ginger ale has sugar. But just say he did something of a healthier version than Red Bull, right? Forgive the noise in the background. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe some old person's dying. I don't know. But anyway, what I'm saying is, in the event that he was seeking an endorsement, because I think personally that's why he was doing it as frequently as he was. I think he was seeking an endorsement. I think he was seeking a sponsorship from Red Bull. That's what I think he was doing, because he was doing it too much. It was like, and remember that guy, Alan Roger Curry? Remember how he would show like his little vitamin drinks, before his little streams and everything. What he wasn't aware of is the sugar content and other additives in it. Like, these guys might be seeking sponsorship from companies, right?
right.
Endorsements from companies, but what they are not acknowledging is how to do it without actually doing it. Just take, for instance, remember back in the day that athletes all over the world were like, got milk. All types of athletes were on the got milk campaigns with the little milk mustache and all that stuff. Do you really think athletes are drinking common everyday milk? No, they're not. They're not. But they are portraying themselves. Gatorade. Do you think Michael Jordan is drinking Gatorade? Hell no.
On
No.
the sideline.
But what's what's in the bottle is what matters, okay? Because what appears to be a bottle of Gatorade inside may not actually be Gatorade. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. But I do have a question. Who's this Alan Roger Curry? I hear so much about.
He wrote Mode One. It was a book that was popular among some of those uh men who want to believe they have what it takes to ravish a woman on site. They want to believe that. They want to believe they got what it takes to ravish a woman on site. They want to believe that they could just walk up to a woman and say, "Hey, you look like you want me. Let's go."
Oh, so it's kind of like a dating coach.
Yeah, it's called Mode One. His series, I think, was called Mode One. And he made a lot of money off of it because it satisfied the fantasies of men who otherwise had nothing else to live for.
Hmm. Alan Roger Kerr.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
Oh, he is a dating coach. God dang.
Yeah, he was very a very charismatic conversationalist, and that got him a long way, you know. And he told a lot of stories about like a lot of sex based backstories about what he allegedly did to conquer women. So that helped his sales as well and his popularity. And what I didn't notice with Kevin Samuels, I didn't notice him talk about his history of conquering women. Do any of you know whether or not Kevin Samuels made it a point to tell people, yeah, I remember when I conquered this woman and she didn't know what you know what I'm saying? Like, did he ever expound on his conquest of women,
It
or
wasn't
did he
relevant
just
to
sit
what he
there and
was
wear
doing.
a suit and glasses and talk crazy,
It wasn't
drinking
relevant.
Red Bull?
It wasn't relevant to what he was doing. He didn't need to.
Well, he didn't. Yeah, and I've been thinking about that. The image, right? The image of what he looked like. Uh, it was. It's captivating. Like I'm not gonna forget how he started, and I'm not trying to tarnish his name, but I remember the days when his background wasn't that appealing. His background was a bunch of clothes laying everywhere and ties on the closet door handle. You know, like he was just a disordered mess in his background. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so then when he came out with a better background and it was enhanced and classy and you know it was alluring. Yeah, he came up with an alluring background. I don't think he did that on his own. I think somebody helped him with that background because it would appear that his nature is to be someone that just has an inventory of clothing and shoes and he can't organize it himself. So I think somebody helped him with that background. I don't think he did that himself.
I think that's but again, I think that's fair. And again, I break it down to the analogy of, you know, an actor, actress. Everybody has a point that they get to before they get their stride. Morris Chestnut, Idris Elba, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington. They all started out in their respective areas, having to earn their keep, make their bones. They didn't have some of the best lines.
A lot of guys got off on him check quote unquote checking women though. That when I would hear the conflicts and conversations back and forth regarding him, as Azur even mentioned, he could have said it nicer. That's the thing. What got him the revved up exposure is that he wasn't nice to women. He was not. And men who don't like women, they love hearing other men uh attempt to humiliate women. They love that. It's a thing. It's like they don't laugh quite as hard than when they view a man quote unquote putting a woman in her place, as they say. But it's basically all humiliating tactics. It's humiliation tactics. And so his humiliation tactics is what sold the deal. That's what sealed the deal with his image. That sealed the deal. And when he realized he was getting more traffic toward his channel, he would have been a fool to stop that. He would have been a fool to stop if he's interested in money. If he's interested in money and he has other aspirations beyond YouTube, he would have been a fool to stop the uh, the wave that was profiting him. You know, as we all know, we don't know him, his personal inner thoughts and opinions. We just know what he presented, and what he presented was one attribute. Oh, you wear this cologne, it's going to attract women. Well, here it is some odd time later. Why should we care what women like? So, there was a gap. There was a gap where he discovered what sells. And so he just performed what sells. So I agree with you, Cyber, about him being an actor. He performed what sells.
I wouldn't say it was necessarily just what sells, though. I mean, again, we have to take into account there were people who benefited from it. Um, there were people who benefited from it in their respective ways. People got something out of it. Some people didn't get something out of it.
And did you know his ultimate goal was to be a resident of New York City? I think Manhattan. He wanted to have a fabulous lifestyle in Manhattan. He wanted to show off some exclusive, condo he might have. Like he said that some time ago, that his goal is to be big time in my Manhattan.
Wants to come up here and get taxed, eh? Well, come on, get it.
And
But
yeah, that's what he wanted to do.
yeah, you want to come and pay a bunch of tax. But he wants to be. People
He
want to be.
wanted to be someplace exclusive, but he
Well,
named New York specifically.
he wanted to be a socialite, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I think. I think that on
he
the
wanted
one
to
point,
rub shoulders with the big dogs.
that's okay. But you gotta have big dog skills, and he was making his way. I can't knock it. It's one thing I think I'm probably in a different space on is the whole be nice thing. I think that what made him successful was that he psychologically zeroed in on certain truths, right? And certain of those truths had a foundation in disagreement. And the foundation of those disagreement is what kept people coming back.
What truths? What truths, brother? What truths?
Well, I don't. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. I want to make
All
sure
right.
I create the runway. Um, you got to think about it in this way. I'm gonna use another analogy, a restaurant analogy. Um, McDonald's or the PF Chains is out there, or the restaurant heavy hitter names that we all know and some of us love that we might like to go to. Buffalo Wild Wings. I like B-Dubs. Um, you don't go to a Buffalo Wild Wings and get shitty service and then go back. You go because it becomes a familiarity. If there's a comfort level, the food is good. I was just in the Dominican Republic. I just got back, as everyone saw. And I have a restaurant. I go there every time that I go because the hamburger is good, the French fries good, the picante is good, and the mayonnaise is good. And I go every time to that restaurant, and I get the same thing, no matter how many times I frequent that restaurant while I'm in the country. Um, he again spoke certain truths that had foundations in disagreement. And those foundations of disagreement were not going to move on one side or the other because people felt this way, other people felt another way. And his show couldn't have been successful if there's nobody coming back to your restaurant the next day. You're not going to be successful. He had people coming back to his restaurant every night to get a seat, to get a plate of the action.
Just
Um,
because it resonates with them doesn't mean it's truth. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between
but
something resonating and it being truth. I
but but
understand your restaurant analogy. I'm just
but
saying, in terms of truth, there's a
but
difference between the truth and what resonates with an individual. There's a difference.
so here's one thing. Let's see if I could draw something out. So here's one thing that he said when he mentioned the whole thing that women use. What was it he said? He said it was guilt, shame. humiliation, guilt, shame, and the need to be right. Something like
Shame.
that.
Oh, shame, blame, and
Shame,
explain. Need to
shame,
be
blame,
right. Something
and the
like
need to be
that.
right. And he put that out there, and then he walked it down piece by piece. And then you had people who saw him, heard him, watched him break it down to the point where it's like, okay, well, if you don't get to this level, there won't be anything to disagree about. You saw people do that. You saw him do that. And people still had this disagreement about it that they had to go up there and combat. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to go to battle, with this guy over this because perhaps, as you said, it's not truth to me. It's not applicable to me, right? It's not applicable to me. Um, and I'm going to battle him over that tooth and nail. And oftentimes when people say, well, he was mean to people, no, he was just straightforward. He was straightforward and logical. And oftentimes he always said, I'm a mirror. I give back what you put out. I reflect back to you what you give to me. We watched him night in and night out. I'm rinsing my hair because I'll shave myself. That's why I get water.
Oh, I see. I thought you were in a bubble bath or something.
Nah, I've shaved real quick. Razor. So I'm making the motherfucker shiny. But yeah, but I put the black soap on my head and shit. So I'm fully clean now. Shaved my beard off is what I did. Because I passed another one of my certifications exams today. So I said if I pass, I can cut my beard off. But so I passed. But anyway, more money for cyber, more rich shit, more pizzazz, more everything. But anyway, but no, so people got up there and they got embarrassed. They got intellectually bested and embarrassed. Now, granted, again, does it mean everything he said was right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But on a lot of points, the man made it in plain sight. He put it in plain sight. And then when you had women that got up there and did the same thing and just kind of kept it real, they didn't agree with him toe for toe, but they was like, you know what? We're gonna keep it real. This, that. Yeah, that's you called it right. You have people who get angry at that. And I would sit back and I would look, I would say, it's interesting why they're angry. But when you look at it, I understand. See, they don't live by those rules. That's not how they govern themselves. So they're not going to espouse nothing he's saying, right? It's going to be a complete conflict
Mm-hmm.
reference to them.
The whole high value man thing was interesting. That was an interesting series
Yeah,
because what some women may not be aware of is what it takes to keep a man who is wanted by other women. They might not be aware of that. And he was espousing on what it takes to keep a man that's wanted by other women. And,
giving them
and
game. Ain't want it.
well, if you want to use slang, go ahead. But
I'm just
it,
saying he was game. They didn't want it.
I
They
wouldn't
didn't.
call it a game. I
They
would just go
didn't. No,
ahead.
he was giving women game, not men. He was giving the women game. They didn't have to take it. Like again, I've been in the Dominican Republic. Matter of fact, it's funny we talking about this. Um, Before I left the Dominican Republic, right? People were not aware, and I wish I could have like recorded or taped it or shown it. People aren't aware that before I left, I met two American girls from Florida and from Tennessee. They was down there together at the restaurant place where I usually am. And I overheard them speaking English. So I just kind of responded to one of them real quick, because they thought I was Spanish or whatever. And Ended up sitting at the table. Long story short, we ended up talking. I was like, "What are y'all doing?" They're like, "What y'all getting into?" We trying to figure out what to get into. So I was like, "Well, you guys are you're girls. I don't know what to do with you all. Is different. I'm a guy. I know what we do." I end up putting them in my car, driving them all around the Dominican Republic, at least Santo Domingo. We didn't go too far because I left the next day, but I end up showing them. I got like a handful of chicas' phone numbers, and I literally showed them how niggas trick. I showed them how we trick when we go to the DR, or if I'm in any other place. I literally show, and they asked a bunch of questions, and I told them, right? Um, and so yeah, it's like it's. I basically told, and it was crazy.
What were their professions in America?
One girl was a psychologist, the other girl was she was a pharmacist.
All right.
So yeah, like they was on point. These sisters was on point. And the crazy part about it, the YouTube world version of this, the women wasn't on. These was black sisters. One was light skinned, one was brown. One had a nice ass, the other one had titties. And they was cool. And the Dominican dudes was on their asses. Hey, lady. Like they was on them. They weren't paying they own women no attention. They was on these black women. And even the chica was looking like, damn, who? When I pull up at the casino with them girls, they was like, oh shit, this guy crazy. He the man. But the point is that they were asking all types of questions, and I basically opened the tricks book to them without shame, without nothing. Like I exposed it full force. And you know what? The reception of them. Now I told them, I said, as I was showing it to them and I was pulling up, I'm pulling up on curbs and shit. I'm walking up on all these beautiful, foreign, thick ass Latina, Dominican women and shit, these different women and shit. And I'm just pulling them. There was times I didn't even get out the fucking car. These girls were walking over to the car. They didn't care that I had girls in the car. They didn't care that the girls was American girls. They didn't give a shit. And I was showing them, I was saying, see, they don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care. These girls are either interested in money or they're interested in a fun time. And the narrative on the YouTubes back in America, the narrative back in the States about passport bros and shit is fucked up. Now I said, mind you, all of these girls that I just walked up on, these are all bad bees, ain't they? They was like, they are. These is girls that'll give us a run for that money. If they didn't speak Spanish back in the States, niggas would be on them. And I said, now that you've seen this, now that I showed y'all this, and we was just going, I took them to the bad parts everywhere. I say, all this ass and titties and grown women down here, there's no reason for these guys to be down here fucking with kids. And the women just looked at me. It was like, wow. Like it fucked them up. How do I connect what I just said to the point we just transitioned from about Kevin Samuels and the giving the women game? He gave them game that they could have took bits and pieces off of. You don't need to take the whole thing. You just take bits and pieces and you work it into your program as a woman in your own life experience of what you do and how you do it and what you want to do. And
We're not going to forget that Kevin Samuel said that the only thing men need women for is to produce children, as back in the Roman days stipulates that men loved on young boys.
But that doesn't affect me. If that's
I'm just saying that we're not going to forget that he was inclined to have the mindset that I don't have to put up with a woman for sex when I have boys as an option.
right, but
That's his mindset.
that's cool, right?
That's not
I'll
cool.
no, I'm not just saying. I'm just saying that's cool in terms of speaking. That's cool that you feel that women, not you, that women feel that way. But I'll say this: that was the hindrance for some women. You couldn't see the forest for the trees, past the forest for the trees, where you could have
It's
picked.
inexcusable.
Could have. I mean, but who cares?
It's
You still,
inexcusable.
you still can pick. There were still nuggets of gold and diamond that could have been picked out of what he was saying
Here,
for,
here,
for women to perfect their game in their rightful regard. Now, if you personally, right,
Harvey Weinstein made great movies, but he was still a monster.
right, but guess what? If he made great movies, true, he was a monster, but he knew his shit. So somebody looking at Harvey Weinstein's success say, you know what? Let me model myself after him and pick a little couple pieces of what made him good, and let me work that into my game. Fuck him. He's a monster. He fucked his life off. We'll holler at you, bro. But guess what? I appreciate you for writing that script or directing that way that you did or doing that method. I'm about to use that and make myself, you know what I'm saying, popping off that point. People can't see the forest for the trees. So they can't expand their game. And so it's like Kevin Samuels, like I said,
Hmm.
he said things that I disagreed with. But there were things that he said I could take bits and pieces and nuggets and like, you know what? I could use that. I could use that. I could use that and change that around to fit my thing.
Hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, and it
The
works wonders.
tragedy of it all is that women do like nice men. They do. And there's this propaganda going around that women don't like nice men. And that's just not true. Women like nice men.
Yeah.
And um, there's propaganda, abundantly so, that would project that women don't like nice men. And that's what Azul was mentioning. He could have said it a nicer way.
Why?
Um, so
Why
Kevin
does that?
Samuels, hold on, Kevin Samuels was actually accommodating women hating men. That's what he was accommodating.
I don't think that I
I
don't believe
think he was accommodating women hating men
it
because
was
anybody with a brain understands that you're more receptive to someone who is kind than someone who is evil. And
no,
Kevin Samuels was just feeding the evil that men wanted to hear.
that's not true. Night in and night out. I saw
He
him.
was feeding the evil that women hating men wanted to hear.
I
That's what he
saw
was doing.
I saw him night in and night out.
And then he topped it off with why should we put up with women when we got boys,
No,
just like in the Roman days. Like, he
and
just was crazy.
I
He was
can't, I
crazy.
can't,
He was crazy
again,
off Red Bull.
again, I can't really ascribe to the things on the side, but I'm just saying, I literally saw him in real time pose valid, straightforward questions, unabashed, man or female. He posed straightforward questions to people. And there's people out there, they're not fully developed as people, as adults. Um, they have some specific, um, we all have deficiencies and they have some of those. And when it was their moment to, like I said, when it was their moment to be able to get something that could take back and level up to the next level, they weren't able to do it. And
When
they weren't,
men increase in power, right? When their access to resources and power increases, unless they are well grounded
no,
from some source
that's not,
that's beyond money,
not how that
they
works.
are going to be psychopaths.
That's not how that works.
And that's what women have to be prepared for. If you want a man that is wealthy, right?
Mm-mm.
You have to be prepared unless you do some really, really, unless you spend a lot of time with understanding the foundation of his principles and morals. Unless you do that, you are pushing Pandora's box.
But that's not how that's
Because men with power and money are sick,
no, that's
very
not how
sick.
that's not
No,
how that works,
there.
though.
Why were you in the DR without your wife if you're not sick? You're sick.
No, that's not how that works. So I'll tell you how that works. Number one, um,
Why were you in the DR without your wife?
men grow based on,
Because you're sick.
okay, sure. Men grow based on wisdom and understanding. Now you're a woman, so you don't understand that. A man's true power is his depth of wisdom and understanding. Everything that pivots off of that is what makes the man the man. If you talk about money, money is a measure of a man's choices.
Okay, maybe you're not sick. Maybe you're just a pervert,
You know what I'm saying? It's money is a
which
money,
equates to the
money
same
is
thing.
money is the end result of the measure of a man's choices in
Just
life,
because you can buy something doesn't
right?
mean you should have something.
Um, and so a man's choices over the course of his life, you look at his money that he has, and that gives you a picture of what that is. And so again, you know, is very straightforward. It's very plain and simple. People choose not to embrace it. They choose to make more of
Hmm.
it than what it is. And then again, when they get embarrassed, you know, they do what embarrassed
And
people
that's
do.
the last thing a man with power and money wants is to be embarrassed. That's the last thing he wants. And he will do anything to hedge against that. And that's when the perversion comes in. Because
Speak
even
for
though he might encounter some uh happenstances, of embarrassing encounters, what he can rest his ego on is that he was able to purchase in some way by, the locale or whatever. He was able to acquire instances
I don't that.
that feed his ego. It's all about feeding the
I don't
ego.
agree with that as a man.
You
I've been
went to DR to feed your ego.
well, I have businesses in DR too. So I mean, I pay taxes in DR. I have a bank account in DR. I have property in DR. I
It
have
appeals to
DR.
you for a
So
particular reason.
I mean,
There are other islands
I
that
have
doesn't have the
streams
reputation of
I have streams of income.
illicit
I have professional
sex.
con- but I have professional contacts in my current field in the DR that I made while I was there. So like
Why not Switzerland?
because Switzerland is just a more streamlined place. I would say there's cyber. I had cyber contact.
Streamline, huh?
I got
It's
cyber.
boring. There's no
Cyber.
illicit sex activities over there.
I have cyber contacts out there with Endonet out there. So yeah, I mean I have all the places that I visit. I have professional contacts in each and every last one of them. Um,
Let's stop playing games. You want to run into illicit activities to feed your ego.
no, I want to make sure that the things that I have my involvements in to do well.
You
And there's
would
nothing.
not have invested there if it was boring
No, I invested there because it was a smart move to capitalize on what I thought I could make money on.
because perverts congregate.
So businesses who sell teaching solutions are perverts.
Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
most most
That
men are most
that was the
men who
same.
wait a minute. Those who sell what?
You didn't
Sell? Did you
so
say sell?
businesses who sell teaching aids and plans and have to have their systems and data
Why are
protected.
they selling it? Why aren't they just giving it away?
Well, because teachers don't work for free.
Okay, they're selling something, right? Emphasis on
Yeah, they
selling,
sell
right?
their they sell their teaching plan
Selling.
to other businesses, and they need somebody.
There's not this benevolent
They need
initiative.
they
They're
need
selling something.
they need somebody to protect their data to keep them safe from
They're
somebody
selling
ill.
something.
But I'm not involved in that. I'm involved in protecting the data. I provide the service of protecting their information and data. I
People
keep
that sell stuff,
I
you
keep them
know,
secure, and it's a government contract, by the way. Yeah, cyber gets real money for real, for real. Like I don't get played.
we don't care about your dirty money.
I get well, it's not dirty money if it's government money. It's protecting infrastructure. That's clean.
It's
That's
dirt. What you use it for is dirty.
I use it to
You're,
enrich my career at home and enrich my family's lives.
yeah, but you're doing extracurricular activities outside of that.
So I'm doing things
That's
that
the dirty part of it.
I'm doing things that grown people are allowed to do. If I want to go to a club, if I want to go to a show, if I
So how
want to
you doing, Azor?
I want to host a party, if I want to,
He's been promoting himself for
if
a good
I want to,
45 minutes.
I mean, well, I was invited to
Uh,
the show for that purpose. So, I mean,
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, this is your
mhm.
show. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I
yes,
mean, yeah,
it,
I haven't had a chance to talk to Mela, but Sagar, I guess we'll get back to you.
yeah. Go ahead.
But hold on,
That-
Austin.
That's awesome.
Before we move on to you, yeah, I'm doing great, Mela.
Good.
Uh,
Did Truth Finder leave?
no, but hold on, Austin. Let me talk to Mela, and then we'll get
Oh,
to you.
okay.
All right.
All right.
But yeah, everything here is going. I don't go on to another detachment till next year, which gonna be going to. I'm probably gonna be going to Jacksonville. So but yeah, everything's good. I go on leave next week for family. Yeah, I gotta for
Mm,
Thanksgiving.
okay. That's nerve-wracking. It's
Yeah,
going to be fun. Every time I was away from family for an extended period of time, and then here comes some event that I have to attend, be a holiday or whatever, there was this bundle of nerves. Um, and I realized I'm going to be with people who love me. So there's no reason to be anything other than excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I mean, even if it's family members you don't particularly, maybe you don't like their ways, maybe they are gossip uh, mongers, or maybe they don't make the macaroni and cheese the way you prefer it, whatever. It's still people that would rather see you doing well than bad. And always keep that in mind. When I was in basic training during the Thanksgiving holiday, and we were afforded one day to go off base. And the stipulations was no drinking, no smoking, no drugs, all the standard keep your blood clean stuff. And so I get to my aunt's house, who happened to live in San Antonio at the time. And we were allowed to invite up to 4 people. So it's 5 of us. And we come in there, and Thanksgiving traditional dinner is laid out. It's wonderful. But she has a lot of wine coolers, right? I think back then it was Bartles and James or whatever, just, cute little wine coolers. And the way she had it display, I know she meant well, right? I know she meant well. She was looking to welcome us and have a quote unquote good time. She didn't understand the rules, I think, or maybe the rules was spelled out to her. I think the rules was like no alcohol, and maybe in her mind, um, she thought that wine coolers were not equivalent to alcohol. Nonetheless, it was a prominent display of provision of these wine coolers. And do you know, 3 of the people that I brought along, they drank those wine. They said no drinking. They said no drinking. They said, and their response was, they said no alcohol. This is a wine cooler. And they tested us as soon as we got back, and those 3 individuals were discharged, okay, from the military. And what I said all that to say that, is my aunt to blame because she was trying to display hospitality? No. You know what your goal is, Azur, when you visit your family. Your goal is to get back to your duty station in one piece. So you can enjoy yourself without succumbing to the temptations of acclimating yourself to what you know their proclivities are, no matter what it is. And you're going to have a good time being yourself, and you're going to get back to where you got to do what you got to do. Okay? I wish you well. It's going to be great. If I
appreciate it.
had it to do all over again, man, I would just keep that in mind. Like, I can laugh and have fun without compromising what I know my mission is to accomplish in life. I don't have to just, like be around family who smokes marijuana and they pass me a puff and because that's what I may or may not have done before. I know what my mission is now, and I don't have to like. Don't worry about being tempted around family. Just have a good time and get back to where your mission is. That's all. You're gonna have a good time, and they will accept you saying no, even if they make fun of it. I remember when you used to do it, or whatever. Don't let anybody take you off your focus. And that's my humble advice. If you are so willing to receive it, don't let anybody, because there is a greater promise of cooperating with what you already understand is your mission versus succumbing to the temptations of people that don't understand your mission. Okay?
He's doing better than Trinity Time Traveler's boyfriend. That bedbug motherfucker. He ain't doing shit with himself.
Now I've said my piece. Y'all go ahead.
All right.
I'm not saying
Well,
nothing
I
bad
got a
about
question
Trinity.
for
You're a
you,
trip. I'm
Cyber.
not saying nothing bad about her.
I ain't gonna lie, Cyber. I came here because I wanted to talk to you for a bit.
I'm here for you, brother. How can I help you? How can I serve you, brother?
All right. I got a question. Why do you entertain some of his points? Like he's a bit delusional.
Who?
Because Cyber can relate to what
RBR.
it's like
Like,
being a nerd. He
No,
knows
I'm
what
trying
it's
to
like
figure
to be
out
a
who is he?
nerd.
Who is he? He's saying I'm relating to somebody's points. He didn't reference who he was talking about.
no, I'm saying like sometimes you play along with his delusion.
Who?
Like
I think he's talking
sometimes
about
he'll be like,
RBR.
"I'm owed
Kevin
$100
Samuels
billion,"
wasn't bald
and you'll
headed
be
though,
like, "Oh yeah,
Cyber.
you
You
owed
are.
it."
You talking about Kevin Samuels or somebody else?
No, I'm talking about RBR. You did it today, dude.
Okay, I got you. No, I mean
Yeah,
me and
you play
RBR have our
along with
Oh
him a
disagreements.
my
Me
little
and
God.
bit.
RBR,
How's RBI doing? I ain't been over
me,
there in a
me and
long
RBR,
time.
me and RBR
How
have
you doing?
several. We have had several disagreements. Several.
I know, but at the same time, sometimes you go along with his delusion.
I do not.
Sometimes.
I mean, the thing is, I will say this: like, it's pointless to argue with RBR. I mean, considering the fact of
Oh yeah, he gone.
yeah. So I
He's
don't know why
delusional
you
as
guys keep
hell.
trying to go to keep. I don't know why y'all keep going back to his channel to try to debate him. Like y'all know it's pointless.
It's so entertaining though. It's free entertainment.
Well, it gets sickening after a while, don't you think?
I don't know. It's like Jerry Springer,
Yeah. I would say
it's
that.
just
It does,
hilarious.
yeah. It's a Jerry Springer type of thing. Yeah.
I mean, he is a pretty funny dude, but like if you keep watching him, it just gets
It
boring.
is kind of the same.
So,
And
but
it's the
hold on.
same point.
I'll say this: you all discount the savviness of Theron K. Cal.
No, I know. He's a
You,
genius. Like,
Just
think about
because
it.
no,
He
he's quick witted
tuned in
doesn't
every
do
mean
you
he's
day.
a genius.
know?
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. There's a
Hold on.
difference between being a genius and being quick witted. He's quick witted. He's
That's
not a
not.
genius. There's
Yeah,
a
That's
but he
difference.
knows how to draw an audience and keep them
no.
like entertained.
You're missing, but you're missing what I'm saying. You don't realize the what Theron K. Cal is. Do you know how long he's been in the game?
No, I know. He's been in the game for like 30 years.
Like literally, like if you go through his YouTube catalog, dude,
He's been doing
YouTube
it since
catalog
2008.
is crazy.
Yep.
You don't.
I like the old video when he had hair. Wasn't he on an interview and he had
He
hair?
was on a BET or like some radio
I'm
interview.
gonna have to watch that again.
This motherfucker was up there in a leather suit, telling motherfuckers on national television, selling out to the white woman and shit.
He's crazy, man. He was crazy back then.
National TV, everybody. Matter of fact,
I
you
was
have,
his favorite until I started disagreeing with him, only because he referred to my son as Elder Barge.
but think about it. You
He
have to
thinks
give.
because my son is light skinned, he wanted to,
Yeah, he thinks you're a sellout.
no, not only that, because I didn't appreciate how he degraded the military and sometimes, you know,
Oh yeah, he
he
called them
says
a bunch of racist people.
His
he
Yeah.
father,
said
what you talking
he was talking crazy about the military, and
about? His dad
that's
military.
something I could not allow.
You do
And
realize
so
like
and
an
so
astronaut,
then when I
like,
bounced back with a critique about him, he decided to go after my son, which he's never seen. He
but the
just
mother
assumed
Mars though.
that my son is light skinned, and
Got that
he
Chico
started tripping.
ass.
Hold
You
on,
got the
sir. Hold on. Let Melo talk.
And then I went after him with his sugar addiction, talking about the reason why you talk crazy on a daily basis is because you drinking, soda pops, grape soda, and like a typical N word. It was getting really ugly and um awful between us.
Yeah.
But there was a time I was his favorite. There was a time.
But
But when
yeah,
he said crazy stuff about the military, it's like, look,
but his father was in the military. That doesn't make sense.
Well, his father built the Patriot missiles that killed people.
Yes.
and I was a weapons loader, so
Father's a genius. His
I
father's
mean,
a very
yeah,
genius.
but
but
it's hypocritical to say like you're anti-military, but your father built like weapons that killed people.
he projected the reason why his father joined the military on everybody, and
Shock value.
no, because he said that the only reason why people join the military is because they have no place else to go, nothing
Yeah, but his
better to
father
do.
was a genius. He was like a rocket scientist.
Yes. Shock value.
Or he was a rocket, like he has the credentials.
Yeah, I think he legitimately worked
Father,
on the moon
I
or
looked it up
something,
on
or
the
like an
channel. We did
Apollo.
it in real.
and
We did
let's
it in
also
real time.
let me also state for the record that he's got a sellout son. So
Sellout sign.
Oh, his son is with
You
a
should put
other
that
than
on a
black
shirt,
woman.
man.
yeah. But the thing is, like with
At
him,
this point, who isn't going after? Who isn't intermingling? Like a lot of people, like women. I saw this Christmas movie that's pre-released of this black woman who's a chef that falls in love with a white guy who owns a maple syrup farm, and it was so endearing and cute. And if you close your eyes, you wouldn't even think about race, but you couldn't help but see that she's obviously a black woman. He's obviously a white guy from two different worlds, but somehow they fell in love. So I think love is possible wherever you find it. It just has to be honest love.
As long as you got a fat ass and that's what you want, that's
but
Oh,
the
And
thing
basic
there,
the thing
there goes
is,
out of love
class.
shit. At the basic level, if Austin Reeves, if you
how would
know,
you feel if your wife made the same amount of money that you did?
I would feel great.
Would you be
Means we can,
intimidated?
means we can shit. If she did that, we almost we well. If she could,
No, really. She actually has the finances equal or above you.
no,
Would
listen,
you be intimidated?
no. I need you to hear me. I need you to
Come
hear this.
on, man. Don't play the game,
Hold
bro.
on.
You
No,
would
I
be
need you to hear this.
intimidated.
If my wife made the same or more money than I did on W-2, we would be damn near at about $720,000 combined. That doesn't count my investments and shit that my business brings in.
I didn't ask you the numbers. I asked the question
Things
about whether or not you would be intimidated.
no, I said that will feel great because
You would
we
feel great.
got more shit, even more shit than we have now.
Well, I saw
So
you driving in that nice ass Hellcat last time.
she
You
can
already
afford to control you, is what I'm saying.
no, she
She can
couldn't.
afford, yeah, she can afford to control you, or else
How? Explain how. I'm
money.
Yeah,
curious.
but she don't make as much money as him.
But wait, hold on. Time out. So you do realize I've dated before I was cyber. I've dated women who were like COOs and shit. And they had money and they didn't control me. So I mean,
Oh yeah, they controlled you.
how?
What?
They had fat ass and nice mouth and nice titties, soft
I don't
ass.
get how
just
her
because a
position
woman has a
controls
nice
you.
ass,
You
it
You
know?
takes.
didn't marry them. Why?
I didn't want it.
Oh, you didn't want it because they
He
made
doesn't
more
I'm
than
want
saying,
you.
a career
well,
woman. Not everyone wants a career woman.
It just we did what we did for the time, and that was it. Like we was living the same moving in traffic lifestyle. And that was it. Like I said, for a man, that's very.
So basically, you were hoeing around.
Yeah, I was. And they were. Yeah, I'm a straight shooter, bro. Listen, this shit. Now you can love a person, but do I love my wife? Absolutely. But does my wife also have a fat ass and a nice twisting hand? Hell yeah. So I ain't going nowhere.
Like you're seriously in love with her.
Yeah, she makes me feel good. She gets on my nerves, like marriages do. We disagree on certain.
Because she doesn't speak English that well, right?
No, we just disagree on certain ideological things like cultural. We're Americans. She's from the East.
Mm.
From the East. We're
Oh,
from
she thinks that you should have a structured schedule and
no. She just has fundamental different. Like she asks a lot of why does American people think like this or do this or why is
Hey,
this way?
this dude named Candyman calling you the passport trick.
I can't. Well, I mean, I'm not worried about him. I can't see him. I don't see him
what up,
to
Candy
the.
Man? I miss
I don't
you.
see him. I don't see
I
him
saw
to the
Candyman.
right. I don't see him to the left or the right when I drive any of my vehicles. He's not on any of the airlines with me. He's not at any of the other destinations. UK,
Yeah.
Switzerland,
Well, ain't
Dominican
nobody
Republic,
stalking you, bro.
Germany.
You
What's the
rely on your
point?
money too much to
He's not
identify yourself. If you lost it
not in any
all, how would you get it back?
Hey, Cyber, there's a saying.
the same
Make
way I made it.
Cyber. There's a
Mhm.
saying. Make the money, don't let it make you.
Yeah,
But
that's all he's
that's what I did.
talking about is his
That's
money.
Yeah, all you
but that's
do
what
is
I did.
buy stuff with
But that's what I did.
materialism.
But that's what I did, Azure.
I'm
I
not
made the
hearing
money.
his morals, his principles, his
Mhm.
his. I'm not hearing morals and
No, you're just throwing it all away for money, dude.
like.
No. So you didn't hear the comment I made when I said money is the measurement of a man's choices in life. Think about that for a second.
Yeah, for quality of life. But if you keep
No,
throwing it away, you're
no.
not going to
Just
have a
think
good
about that. Think about
quality.
what I just said. The amount of money a man has is
I can't stand
the
these
amount of what
temptations,
he
man.
made is
I
equivalent.
can't either. This is sin, bro. God is
Cause I'm
telling you this
about
is
to,
sin, bro.
yeah, like things that come out of my mouth, I'm held spiritually responsible for, and you're tempting me to say things that I'm going to be held spiritually responsible for
That's
later,
you. I don't give a
and
shit
I
what
and I don't like
time
I don't
you got to
like
get
that,
there.
right?
You
So
know, this
that's
is one of the capital greeds, right? Like,
yeah, I'm being faced with greed,
Capital.
and I'm tempted to just clobber him,
So,
but I
so
know that there's a
now,
spiritual
wait.
price to pay for that.
So hold
and
on.
and I'm not gonna do it anymore.
So I literally just told you that the amount of money that a man has, I'm gonna make it make it line by line for you. The amount that a man has is an accumulation of the choices that he's made in life. So what will be let's move the money part away and let's get to the choices part, right? Like as you said,
And shout out
make,
to my mother. Thank God for my mother, right?
make the
It
money,
took
right?
my mother for me to realize that there's a spiritual price to
So
pay for what you say out your mouth.
so
And
let's
and
let's
I just really
right.
appreciate being quiet. You
Did you
know what I'm
graduate high
saying?
school, Boston?
yeah,
Did
of
I
course I
graduate what?
graduated high school. I'm in a
So I'm assuming everybody
college.
graduated high school, right?
What? I graduated high school with a 3.8 GPA.
Okay, perfect. Now, what was your best subject?
It was
What's
history.
up with the interrogation? Like, just make your
So,
point.
Yeah,
so,
but
All
what?
right.
I was a
All
so
great
right.
now,
student. I don't give a
We got a
hold
new
shit.
on.
panelist on here.
Yay! Shout out to the new panelists.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, Truth
Hello.
Finder?
What's up? I just came for Cyber because I did tell him I was going to challenge him and expose him today.
God dang
Now,
it. God
let's start with
dang.
this, Cyber. What did you say about a child, some pedophile shit that you were saying about
He was
children?
attracted
Oh,
to 13-year-olds. Yeah.
Wait, ask your question again so I can answer it.
Okay, you said you was gonna do to this and that to I think it was books, children, and I was like she's sick or something, and it was like you was like I don't care, I don't care. You said I will come on her hair. That's what
I
you
don't I
said.
don't have a problem with books for Moses. I think you're referring to Randy SoCal.
Yeah, Randy Choker. Yeah, you were saying about his daughter.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck him. Fuck his kids. That's right.
What?
That's
And I said his kids are 15 years, the children, and you said you don't care. You
Fuck
C
'em.
word on their head.
Piss on them. That's right. Piss. Yeah. I
What?
said,
But
yeah,
you
fuck
did
'em.
You
say
don't see
come.
anything wrong
Yeah,
with that?
you said you will come on them. That's what you said. That's
Yeah,
what you
that's
said.
what
It's
you
disgusting.
said, dude.
They
This
mean
is
nothing.
the perversion I'm talking
They mean.
about.
This
They
is
mean
what the devil has convinced you to say, Cyber.
no. They mean
You've
nothing.
let the devil into your life.
I
You've let
no.
It's so
gluttony,
So I
disgusting.
wanted to end.
greed,
It's so
I
lust,
wanted
disgusting.
to
I
end the
can't
war.
even say the
temptation.
word.
No. I
I'm
wanted to
struggling
end the
to say the
war.
word you said. It's so disgusting.
I
That's how
wanted,
bad
I
it
wanted
is.
to end the war with Randy SoCal. I no longer wanted to beef with him because our war started all because I said something about Let's See and Jessica X, and he didn't like it, right?
Yeah,
And so
but did you not
ever
hump?
since then, ever
Shut
since
up. Did
then,
you not hump?
me and Randy SoCal have been at this war, and so I said, Randy, you know what, bro? I actually admire you, dude. I don't
There
want to
is no
go to
war on
beef.
the internet.
I don't. Yeah, I
Cyber,
don't.
what
I
does
don't. I
the
don't want to.
Bible say?
I don't want to beef
Listen,
with you,
listen.
dude.
What does the
Why don't we
Bible
put the weapons
say?
down,
Wait,
right? Why don't we
wait.
put the
Before going
weapons
to the
down?
Bible, Cyber, did you not say? Yeah, did you not say? You got a teddy bear out and you started dry humping the teddy bear,
I,
and you were saying,
Whoa!
I
you was
sure
like,
did. I
you
don't.
was like,
Hey,
I don't care.
Randy SoCal. This is your
What?
kids. That's
Yeah,
what
I
you were
did. I
doing.
don't give a shit. I did.
You don't
Yes.
care.
You're not even gonna defend it, dude. You're so
No, it was,
guilty right now.
And you know, and
this
You're
one.
so
This
guilty
one.
right now.
It was this one. It was talking about this and this. You talking about
so,
yeah. It was this.
What
so
the hell
you
is
don't
wrong with
care if the
you?
kids, don't
Oh
you?
my
You don't care if the
god.
kids. Yes or no?
I couldn't hear what you said. Say it again.
You don't care if they were kids.
The things he said about me and my family were hurtful,
No, but
and
you
he
think it's all right. You
People
think it's all
have
right.
Things
he
said
you
can,
hurtful
said
things
were
about his
harmful.
family.
and he continued to say it.
They've
So you
made
know what
fun
I
of how
did.
slow he talks and everything.
They
His
You know what I did.
Google,
insulted Truth
what,
Finder
some
for
kind
So
of
you,
Yeah,
so
but
you know what I
eyewear.
what gives
so
you
you,
a right
so
to
you
They've
say
made
know
about
fun
kids while
of
you're
so you
him
know
humping
what
a
I
bear?
for a
did.
long time, and he's
So you
striking
know what
back.
I did to Randy SoCal. I struck back and hurt him back.
Yeah, but what gives you the right to insult, pretend that you're
Yeah, talk
humping a
about his
kid?
kids,
Do
dude.
you know
Don't
what
think
Exactly.
people
it's
have said
What
creepy.
gives him
about
the right?
Cyber, though? Do you
What gives him
know?
the right to say what he says
You
about me?
don't think if I talked about your kids that would not be creepy?
You don't think what
okay.
he says
First of
about
all,
me is
let
not
me
creepy?
just say, hold on. Let me just say that nobody should be talking about anybody's family whatsoever. I don't care what your
And
Exactly.
they were talking about Cyber's family mercilessly.
Yeah, but this
yeah.
guy
I don't.
But
Cyber
he
That's
was
did
yeah.
it
I do
talking
not.
back
about
too.
humping
You got to think
children.
about it that
I'm
way.
not defending him. That's my disclaimer. I'm not defending
I'm
him.
just,
I'm just saying I witnessed it.
I think the
I'm
money
just
got to
saying,
his head.
I'm
It's the
just
root
saying,
of all evil, man.
I'm just
It's
saying,
not a
Cyber.
foreign
You
concept that
wanted me
when
not to
somebody
fight back.
attacks you, you
Essentially,
attack
what
them
you're saying
harder.
is
That's not a
this.
foreign
You
concept.
know,
Essentially, this is what you're saying, Austin. You're saying don't defend yourself, don't fight back, or you should fight back or defend yourself
I'm
the way
saying
that you
you
want me to
let
defend
all
you're
this
a pedophile.
greed
You're a
and stuff
pedophile.
in
You were
your
thinking
life,
of a child
and it
while you're.
ruined you.
You was
There's
thinking of
nothing,
a child while you was
there's
humping that bear.
nothing you're
That
going to do with
makes
that.
you
At
pedo,
first, you
pedo.
were probably a great guy. You were probably upstanding citizen, all that. But over time, it
You
degraded you.
did say that 13-year-olds are ideal as wives. You
That's
did
what I'm
say that.
saying. It
Wait,
degraded
who
you.
said that?
The
I've
money degraded
Cyber.
you.
Cyber.
never said
What?
that.
Cyber, what the hell? How
I've
you
never
gonna
said
you gonna say something like that?
that's not true. You going to believe it?
Is it really
13,
true?
14.
If we find that and it's true, I
So
don't want to see you again, man.
there's a 30-minute live stream. 30 minutes. Not a minute and
If
25 seconds.
somebody asked you what would be the ideal age
You
for
need
a wife, and you
you
said,
need no
I,
this, no I'll
you said
I'll
what?
I
tell
want
you
somebody to find that clip.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you what
me
I
too.
said because I have no fear in saying it because I know the truth. So we were on a live stream
No, but
and
think about it. Shut up, Cyber. You was humping a teddy bear while you was thinking
yeah,
of
I,
kids.
yes I was and it was
And
Randy
you
And
was
So
now
thinking of
you're a
kids.
teddy
kids.
bear humper.
Yeah, it was
And you
Yeah,
Randy
was
So
I
thinking of
don't
kids.
even
kids.
know what's going
Hold on,
on anymore.
let me do this, Azure. Yes, True Finder. I showed you the teddy bear. I said it was Randy SoCal's kids. I
And
don't take it back. I
and
don't listen.
Is your pet
Ew!
I
is your
don't
pet
take it
cat
you don't
back.
safe?
take it back. And
Is
I
your
I
don't
said
pet
take
to
it
cat
So
you,
back.
safe?
gross,
That's all I
and
man.
I
want to
said to
know.
you,
Is your
what
pet
with the
cat
kids,
safe?
man?
I
And it was
don't
like,
take
I
it
don't
back.
care if the kids. I don't care if the kids. Did you not say that?
I don't take any of it back, and until
Just
You
say
have a
don't
pet
care,
cat.
kids.
Is the cat safe?
You don't care.
until Randy SoCal stops
Oh,
on his
Lord.
side, I
You
will not
fucked
stop
yourself
on my
over, mate. It wasn't me. You just said
right.
that. You
You
don't care for
admitted,
kids.
Cyber.
Triple down on it for you.
Y-
So
y-
until Randy SoCal stops on his side,
What
that's when
does
I.
Randy SoCal
Nah,
have to do with
okay,
it?
Cyber,
You
stop.
did
Repeat,
it.
repeat everything that you just said.
All right. So which part? Which part you want?
Like what you said specifically on that live stream.
Oh, okay. So on that live stream it was 30 minutes, and so the topic was um different countries and different customs, and so I was on the live stream and I said, well, granted, here in the United States, we have specific laws based on our way of life, and I agree with those laws. One of those laws is that obviously, no encroachment of the opposite sex for men. That means females who are under the age of 18. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But then I said, and it because it's YouTube, right? Because YouTube wants to spin narratives, but we live in clean, so we know we good. I said, there are other countries where their laws aren't like our laws. And so one of the guys thought it would be cool to try to ask me a question to say, well, what do you think the average age of consent is in one of those countries? What do you think? And so I said, well, in certain other countries, it's 15. And what's funny is that
Yeah, but you
somebody,
said 13.
somebody, if you can find that, you pull it. If you can find 14 or 13, you pull it and you play it. But when somebody thought that it would be cute to do the whole YouTube, chop it up, make some background music so you can't hear that they chopped it, and then edit it the way they wanted to edit it. And I've never had a problem with that because I know that's what people do. But what I've challenged them and said was, okay, do this. Take that 1 minute 25, that 1 minute 25-second clip, and I want you to play that same clip alongside the original 30-minute clip and see if it plays out the same. If it does, then maybe you have a point. But I said, if it doesn't, then we have to ask, why is there a 1 minute 25-second clip of me saying something one way versus a 30-minute clip and nothing's the same and it's totally entirely different? And then people jump offline, or I get blocked, or I get kicked off panel because, again, it kills and destroys the narrative. Right? So yeah, I mean, they've tried. That's why I'm Cyrus Supreme with ... for my name. People
Yeah,
know
it
who.
doesn't change. It doesn't change the fact that on RBI you was like, I don't care if it's a kid. I'll come on her head. That's what you
Yeah,
Because
said.
of
you're
Randy
weird,
SoCal's,
bro. You're
I
fucking
don't, because of
weirdo,
Randy
man.
SoCal's kid.
You need to be locked up.
Well, he does too.
Well,
No, you do,
before I start
man.
coming up with before I make a decision, I just want somebody to pull up the video where he said that
Yeah, we
shit.
need the video. Truth Finder. You said you
I
found
mean,
it.
because here I'm all about fair play, because like I can't just pick a side.
Well, you need
But
both.
I
Though.
don't know. Like,
You
I've heard Cyber come on to
you need
panels before.
you
and
need
say
you
It's
need
weird
both.
shit about
this
kids.
easy. Is this
You need
easy?
you need
Cyber,
both videos.
Cyber, did
You
you
need
not
both.
say? Did you not say that you will see word on someone's kids?
Well, Truth
hair?
Finder, find the videos.
Yeah,
Stop
find the
like
video.
saying we can't
Yeah.
do anything unless we find the videos.
I
You
just
have
hold
the
on.
Let me
video.
get the
No,
RBO ones. Let me get the RBO one.
he doesn't
All right.
have to do that. I just told you.
No,
when it
he
comes
has videos. He's gonna pull them up. This is
Right,
evidence. This
but
is the
I'm
courtroom.
you in real time when it comes
Shit,
to
now
Randy
this
SoCal,
just became a courtroom. God
This
dang.
is a
when it
courtroom now.
courtroom from your
Cyber,
free.
you're on trial.
When it
O.J.
comes to Randy
Simpson.
SoCal, listen. When it comes to Randy SoCal, if you are out there on Azure's channel now, again, I offer.
Cyber,
Again,
I got it. I
hold
got
on,
the
bro.
RBO.
You gotta let me
All
speak,
right,
bro.
just pull it up.
now.
I'm the guest here. You gotta let me speak. So, Randy SoCal, if you're out there in Azure's channel now listening, again, for the 10th time, I offer the olive branch to put our differences aside and stop this whole shenanigans shit. Now, you're probably not going to do that because you reneged on me before. You offered peace. And then you came back 2 weeks later and said, it's war. I'm going to kill your mama. I'm going to rape your wife. I'm going to put kids in it and I'm going to kill them kids. You said all those nasty things to me. Fucked up shit. And people just like ignored you for it. They ignored it. And I said, see, Randy, what happened? I thought we had a truce. I thought it was over. I stopped talking about your kids. If you stop threatening killing my family, raping my wife, getting my wife pregnant, and killing the baby that you got her pregnant by. Right? But see, we don't have people with clips of Randy and Randy, you fucked up for saying that. Why would you say that, Randy? There's nobody saying that. So I'm going to defend myself at all costs, just like I have my entire life. That's why I am in the position that I'm in, because I stood up for me. Nobody stood up for me. I stood up for myself.
Hey,
so,
True Finder, how's that video coming along?
You don't need to get a video.
When I
told you everything that he's telling you, I stand by it 1,000%.
You still talked about a kid. You don't think that's weird?
I don't give a shit. It's Randy SoCal.
Okay, you don't give a shit.
No, I don't.
Okay. I guess
when
we
it comes
don't
to Randy,
give a shit about the law.
What about the law for him?
Say it again, but you don't give a shit about the age, like you said before. I don't care how old they are. That's what you said.
Yeah, no, dude, you're weird.
That's not what I said. Now you're twisting it. Now you're trying to make
RBR networks. You did say that.
Yeah, you did.
All right, you got the video?
Yeah, I'm downloading it. It's 43 seconds. I mean, it's uploading onto YouTube. I'll play it when it's uploaded.
I'll stay.
It's uploading to YouTube. I thought
I'll stay and let you play.
It's on RBRs. I had to clip out the bit where he said that and everything.
Well, you just could have shared the link. You didn't have to do that.
I was.
Yeah, but he wants content.
Do you know how many videos RBR has? He has millions, and you really know that. Maybe you should bring it out.
I don't give a shit. Randy SoCal has two choices: either stop the war or we continue to go to war. It is what it is.
He's just some nobody, dude.
You play your video clips all you want. It won't change.
Yeah, you hear what you said.
First of all,
everyone will hear what you said. Everyone will hear what you said. It don't matter. You said you don't care if it's a kid.
I'm gonna eat the top one.
I'm gonna eat. I liked you in the beginning. But then I saw the real you, man. I saw how corrupted you become.
No, I've become rich, and
no,
you
ain't rich, man. You just corrupted.
I've become fucking wealthy, and there's nothing people can do. And
corrupted as hell.
So corrupt.
Oh, for sure, man. You lusting after
with the
women
frog avatar
in the Dominican Republic. Don't you got your wife?
I got it all, brother.
Why you going for hoes when you got your wife?
Like, so wait, so you're married, you have a whole wife, and you're going to DR and fucking women?
I go to Switzerland, fucking them too.
Bro, what?
Bro, like, where's the? I mean, hold on.
Like,
where's the loyalty?
Like, really?
Aren't you loyal to your wife?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Answer my question.
Is she fucking other dudes? Like, you're okay with it?
It's coming right now.
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett had an open marriage.
We're not talking about Will Smith.
Are you kidding me, we're talking about you. We ain't talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, bro.
But I know my marriage arrangement.
PDF to say, pedo.
There's some shit he done created and made. See? Look at
I mean, did you see that? I mean, he was on your fucking live panel humping the teddy bear, pretending someone else's kid.
Yes, I was, and nobody cares. You guys keep using that.
Nobody cares that
you haven't. Yeah, they don't.
Nobody cares
that. Yeah, no, that was pretty sick, like. That was pretty sick, like.
You said it a zillion times, and like nothing has come of it. Like
no. Are you saying it's okay to hump a teddy bear?
You would
pretending
think
it's someone else's child. Yes or no, you stupid son of a bitch. Stop.
You would think as much as you mentioned it that you would have gained some type of traction or you would have made some progress with it. You haven't. So like I could literally say yes. I could literally say yes. Fuck Randy SoCal's kids and nut in his daughter's hair, and like you won't be able to take it any further than that.
It's a child.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. He's an enemy.
It's a child.
He's an enemy.
It's a child.
This is not the
Truth Finder. No matter what you say about cyber, you still harass RBR, so that sin is not going to wash away. So shut the fuck up with this whole damn thing, Truth Finder. Truth Finder, at the end of the day, you're still a stupid Asian nasty, so we're not going to forget that, no matter what cyber did.
You're nasty. You're gonna be exposed.
Okay, but we're not going to forget.
All right, I've heard enough.
You are so gross,
I have heard enough.
Cyber. You should be
have
put
heard
in a
enough.
fucking mental hospital. You're
I don't give a
nasty.
shit.
You said, hold on. You said you would nut inside of
Fuck his kids.
his daughter,
Inside of his
daughter's head,
child. What the fuck
his
is wrong with
and
you?
then you got fucking Afro Power ignoring that shit.
Yeah, Afro Power doesn't care. That guy's a fucking
fuck
idiot
that dude.
too.
No, they
That's
know
what
what.
I need.
Because
That's
I know
all-
he's an
that's all
ass
the evidence
kisser.
we need.
He is an ass kisser for sure.
No smear
Oh
campaign.
my god! Like what?
There's so
Smear
much wrong
don't
with
work
that
against
video,
me.
Cyber.
Smear campaigns don't work against me. I'm
That's
invincible.
not a
to all of
smear campaign. Your
I'm
dumb ass
invincible
said
to all that. I'm invincible to all that.
You're
I've been along.
invincible.
I've been here for years. I'm invincible. You can't stop it. Like
No,
there's
no,
nothing.
no,
You
no,
can't
no.
find it, bro.
Nothing you can do.
Stop. All right. Stop.
Wait until
Stop.
someone influential comes
Hold on,
along
Austin.
and
Hold on.
finds you.
Hold on.
I mean, he doesn't continue. I mean, he continues saying the same thing, and I was like, I asked him on that video,
Yeah.
did you mean what you said? And he was like, yeah, I meant every word of it. I wanted to confirm if he meant it, and he said he meant it. So
He's so nasty, dude. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Okay.
yeah.
That-
I mean, if
that's-
you
that's
continue
fucking
listening to it,
disgusting.
if you want to.
I mean, how can you be a grown ass man and live with yourself knowing you said that?
Shit, you even got Mello leaving the panel.
It's
don't blame
because
her.
it's true, man. It's so sad. You're like depressing, dude. You've lost it all.
Yeah, Afro's degenerate, and especially you, Cyber, because like you're degenerate as fuck after saying
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Not
You
in
should
an
be, like,
underage
serving
girl.
max sentence after saying that.
Now my perception of you has changed because that's a little girl, and for
Dude.
you to say that you would nut in her hair and like and one thing like on YouTube that I noticed with a lot that I've been noticed with a lot of people is that they like to talk about other people's families, like get their families involved. Like you don't do that. All right.
Yeah, if you're a
Especially if
grown
it's-
ass man, you're not
hold on,
doing
Austin.
that, dude.
Especially if it's a child. Like, especially if it's a child. You don't say some shit like that. Because that's fucked up. All right. And that pisses me off. And then you got Afro Pom Poms sucking his ass and saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter what he does. Like, what the fuck? Like, he sounds like a diva.
Oh,
Like,
he
I
is
swear,
one.
every time I
Oh,
hear- every
he's
time I hear
super
these guys-
homosexual.
He always got something smart to say, but he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Especially he doesn't even come with his own talking points.
No.
Whatever RBR says, he listens to it.
He's RBR's parrot.
No, he's his bitch.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's his bitch.
Afro
I mean,
bottom
Tobias
power.
is so stupid. He doesn't realize. If he actually thinks Cyber doesn't really mean that, he's crazy. I mean, it's coming out of his own mouth, and he's gone on mute. He can't even defend himself because he knows it's correct. He
I
came out of
mean,
his own mouth.
it's apparent that he can't defend himself because he's on mute. Like I just want to hear this.
Oh,
Like
can you hear-
Cyber.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
I
can
was-
hear you. Like, go ahead.
I was doing some shit. So you know what I find? What I find rich is this. I've asked for multiple people to get me and Randy SoCal to sit down.
Dude, this has nothing to do with Randy SoCal right now.
But
You're
it does.
defending
That's
yourself.
what the whole premise
You
turns
said
upon.
the
Me and Randy
things.
SoCal.
No one forced you to say that.
You're
No,
not
it's
even
me and
trying
Randy
to defend
SoCal's.
yourself about
This is
what
me
you
and
just said
Randy
in that
SoCal's
video.
personal beef.
Your sick fuck self
This is
said
me and
that
Randy
shit.
SoCal's personal beef. This is our beef.
This
So if
isn't
you
a
really-
beef. You
if you
said
really-
that.
I mean,
You're
the thing
fucking
is,
sick
if you're
fuck.
beefing with Randy, you should be talking to Randy, not talking about his family, because his family has nothing to do with Randy.
So my
Hold on.
family. So hold on. So what you just said should apply to what Randy says about my family.
I mean, if he's talking
Right?
sexual about kids
I
like
mean, nobody.
you,
First one,
Hold on,
nobody
right?
is not
Said
anybody's
it
fault.
though. You did the
Period.
same thing.
Wait, right?
So both of
He-
y'all are wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
both
nobody
of
should be talking
y'all
about-
are fucked in
You're
the
right.
head.
Well, hold on.
What do
Wait.
you get
No, stop. I want the host. You're right. And so you know what I said? I said, hey, Randy, hey, bro, I want to quit. I want to stop this. I don't want to do this no more. So then what? What's the next? If I say, hey,
can
bro,
I ask a genuine question?
hold on, wait, no, you cannot. I want to talk to the host because what he
Okay.
just said is correct. We're both wrong. So then if I say, hey, you know what? I'm wrong, bro. That's foul shit. I don't want to talk about this foul shit. I don't want to say these things that I'm saying. What's the next step?
The next step.
It doesn't change the fact that you said there most
Talk to the host. Talk to the host right now.
The
Talk
next
to the
step.
host.
The next step is look. Just get off the internet for a while and think about what you did, because you know what? Suppose somebody is watching this and they hold on. Suppose somebody is watching this and they can report you for that shit, and you could be in serious trouble.
Well, he could be in serious trouble.
You deserve to be reported after that shit.
We could both be in trouble.
Now.
We could both be in trouble.
Can be in trouble.
We could both be in trouble. No, I can't be in trouble because I've broken no laws.
What,
YouTube
came after his family and threatened to fuck his daughter. What do you mean?
He came after mine's first. I am defending, not on the offensive. You don't know the history.
How is that defending if you're fighting fire with fire?
Because I'm fighting back.
Yeah, but Cyber, but you said you don't keep it together.
You don't fight by going after somebody else's family.
But Cyber, nothing. No, I'm fighting back.
Yeah, you're fighting back, all right.
Yeah, I'm fighting back. I'm American. Americans fight back.
Fucking delusional.
Right now, you're starting to sound crazy. You're starting to sound crazy right now. I don't give you starting to sound crazy.
So look, if you cared so much, you would bring Randy SoCal on this panel, and you would help us both to put a pin in it.
We can't bring Randy SoCal.
Yeah, Randy
How
brought
me. Wait.
He can come up on our channel. I don't even think that he's. I don't think he's up to me.
Azure came on RBR's channel and politely invited me, and I politely accepted. And I've stayed. I haven't run yet.
Yeah, but you got exposed.
So you brought. Wait. So you brought me, and I have it in my mind to say, you know what? I want peace.
It doesn't change the fact what you said about a kid.
I'll let you. I'll let you there.
All
right. He ran off.
Good, man. He's weird, bro.
Look, I was not expecting that.
I kind of was, because he also said
that's fucking unbelievable. I mean,
yeah, he also said some fucked up shit like
another man that you're gonna nut inside of his child's.
No, I know. He was talking about kids like a week ago or some weird shit. I mean,
just some fucking weirdos. Like you.
He's a weird dude, bro. I'm telling you, it's the money. It corrupted him.
And like, you got a whole wife, and
he's going to Dominican Republic and like going for tricks and shit.
Shit, I hope he's wearing protection, because he, gonorrhea. That shit's serious.
No, I know, man. He's screwed.
Because like, I had some people, I got buddies. They getting gonorrhea and shit. That's something that you shouldn't play with.
Yeah.
But god dang, this is something.
I hate that guy though. Afro Power's probably the worst. Afro Puffs.
Oh yes, most certainly. He most certainly is the worst.
He's super homosexual.
Every time you explain something, he's just like RBR but worse. Like every time you explain something to him, he just
and he's slow as shit.
Yeah, I know.
Literally the slowest person on panel every time.
And I don't even know why he comes up, because like he has nothing credible to say.
Well, he just repeats RBR. He's his parrot.
Pretty much. That's all it is. But
and goes on there, and then he's like, "Shut the fuck up, white person! Shut the fuck up!"
But I just want to piggyback on, or not piggyback, but I just want to respond to like all the things that RBR says, like his viewpoints, and touch up on it or whatever. But so Austin, this is my first time talking to you.
Yeah.
Right. I know you're not a subscriber of mine, but like basically this channel, like you can speak. I'm a free thinker. Like this is, I don't care what kind of viewpoints you bring. Just don't be toxic and just don't be disrespectful.
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
That's basically how I roll.
Well, I'm just on here because, like I came from RBR and all his like shenanigans, and I would be on panel like a lot, just talking to him.
But yeah, you can't debate him because
No, you can't debate him for shit. You just have to give him a lie, and then he gets mad, or like something he deems as a lie. Like I told him that civilization didn't exist 4 million years ago, and he started screaming at me.
But basically, the things we say can be true, but he also understand you're not saying what he wants. What he wants.
No, I know. He wants to believe that black people invented everything on Earth.
No.
He wants to believe that, and it's so ridiculous.
Because and this whole $100 billion thing.
Yeah, the $100 billion thing is so stupid. Did you hear about the math gate?
Oh yeah. Oh, did you see when I taught him some math? I literally had to teach him math mentally.
Taught him math, but yeah, math gate, dude.
But yeah, go back to one of the older videos when I taught him math, because I was teaching him how to do math without a calculator, and he could not figure it out.
He can't even use the calculator. He did it wrong.
Yeah, Conron tried to teach him. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Conscious Moron's W. I won't lie. He funny, man. I like him, Linwood, Deacon, like the funny dudes that come up there.
Linwood's weird.
I don't know. He's funny though sometimes.
Like Linwood, like he'd be trying to be funny, and he's
but I just like when like RBR gets mad at his own people and calls them the bottom 1%, because it is too funny, man. It is so hypocritical.
But RBR has been like this, like as far as I know from him, like he's been like that. But and like one of his points when he says white people are like the dumbest race on earth, like that's not true. Like just because
he says that every day, he starts to show with that point.
Yeah, just because. And I don't know, that's probably a theory saying.
And I asked him about IQ tests. I asked him about SAT. I asked him about college admissions. He was like, "Oh no, that's all run by white people. We're not going to take that." So he can't even back up anything he says.
Especially if you tell him, cite a source, and he says he doesn't want to cite a source.
Yeah, he said, "You fucking idiot. You don't think I know how to cite sources? I've been a journalist for 30 years.
And look who we have back.
Oh, man.
All right, so welcome back.
Hey, yeah, welcome back. I just wanted to say this. Cyber's a man. I stand on everything I said.
Why are you talking in the third person?
True fine. I am the ultimate of all ultimates. Of all times, of all existence. That's right. Me. I am the ultimate of all ultimates.
What is this LARP, dude?
Of all time. Hold on. I am the ultimate of all ultimates of all times and all existence ever.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And all right, Cyber.
Take your schizo meds, dude.
I mean, I lost respect.
Out there is fuck you and your kids. I stand by what I said.
Dude, you're so weird. Nah, you're banned, bro.
And that's one thing I will not tolerate.
That is so
one
gross.
thing I will not tolerate.
I stand by that. You fucking weirdo, man.
Yeah. One thing I will not tolerate is somebody bashing somebody's family. And I told y'all this. Don't be doing that shit here.
There's just some sick fucks, man. Like Cyber, dude.
Yeah, he had his chance to talk, but don't go that far.
Yeah, but he didn't even defend himself. He just stood by it, dude.
Yeah, I kicked him out of the studio because I'm not dealing with that shit.
No, that's nasty. That's so fucking gross.
Don't get anybody's family involved, because then we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
But going back to RBR, just don't.
Well, he's never going to get the money. He's not sponsored.
He's not even monetized.
Yeah, he's not monetized. And another thing is, right, The whole lawsuit is based on the concept of monopolistic practices and advertising in general, not on YouTube. So, I mean, he doesn't even really have a case.
Candyman, that was not Afro. That was Cyber.
Yeah, Cyber's even worse than Afro now.
Now, if it was Afro, I would have kicked him off before he even made it.
Afro sucks, man. He's the worst.
Shit.
He's a homosexual fruit loop.
But you know, Austin, you seem like a pretty smart dude. I mean, don't let RBR discourage you on.
No, I'm smart. I'm in college, you know, like I am smart. I will admit that, but you know, he likes to belittle and demean white people. And he likes to play pretend and feel better about himself and his sad little life. And then in the low income housing in MacArthur Park, but
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start going live again because it's been a while.
I mean, he lives in like the shittiest area in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, and you know, another thing about him, like I don't like the way how he talks to his wife because
he's an asshole to his wife, and he doesn't ever let her speak on cam or whatever. Like, and she always disagrees with him too.
But the crazy thing is, I don't know how the hell she puts up with this shit.
I don't know either, man. She's fucking God's soldier.
I don't know how she puts up with that shit, but she's strong-willed.
She is,
but
man.
You know, like that. You know, I don't respect Aubrey as a man when he treats his wife like that, because he treats her like dog shit. Like she can't say anything.
I agree. He treats her like shit. I've seen the videos where he's like, "Baby, be quiet. Don't listen to the racist lying to you."
Shit, because from what it seems, she's taking care of him.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I think he's actually mentally ill. Because, I mean, some of the stuff he says doesn't make any sense.
Oh, he has to be because he's been taking he had radiation chemotherapy, and like when you go through radiation chemotherapy, it has a negative effect on the brain. So
what I think he has is schizophrenia or something, because he gets really paranoid and he starts shouting.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
No, he really does. Like, I'm telling you. Like, we were just talking one day, and I asked him, why did you leave your son with, like, your mother or whatever? Because he didn't raise his son, like, growing up. And then he was like, I would have raised him, but you guys tried to kill and rape him. And he started screaming at me. I just asked, like, a simple question. It wasn't even loaded. I just wanted to know. And he went into, like, one of the biggest meltdowns I've ever seen. I have it recorded somewhere. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was batshit insane, but I didn't know the level. You know?
Sorry, I see you in the back, but nah, dude. You're not getting on because I told you I do not condone people going after somebody else's family. That's one thing I do not condone.
Yeah, that's
and your behavior tonight, you did start off good, but your behavior tonight, it wasn't up to par. So there's no way now I'm letting you back up.
Yeah, hell no, man.
Will Makeaway says RBR could have consistent donations until he gets the 100 billion, but he's ran so many good people away. And that's a fact. Because, you know, he had so many people that were, in fact, intellectuals, and he ran them away because like I said before, they're saying something that he doesn't want to hear.
Mm-mm. I told them about the racist social construct thing.
You're not saying what he wants to hear. My bad.
Yep. Because that was the thing. I said race is a social construct, and he got really mad. He wouldn't even let me like say the point, you know? Because I said it's based off your ethnicity and class.
Mm-hmm.
Which it is. It literally is.
Yeah, just spewing some bullshit in the back. But yeah, like I think I'm gonna start going live every Friday.
Mm.
Yeah, every Friday once in a while I'll start going live.
So what is this supposed to be like? Is this the New Orleans logo or whatever?
Something like that. I mean, my family did originate in Louisiana, so yeah, I'm big on Saint stuff and all that stuff. And I got family. Most of my family's in California. Somehow,
I'm in California, so.
no.
But I'm NorCal.
But yeah, I am looking for a good co-host.
Austin is a true weirdo. Bro, Cyber's saying this? Dude, you're the fucking weirdo. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know he's in private chat still typing?
Yep, I see him.
Dude.
I see him.
Ban Garcia asked if you're going to vote for Biden again.
Honestly, I don't really care. I don't really care about Biden or Trump or whatever.
I think Trump's
I told you I'm independent, so I don't care.
Yeah, but I do think Trump's going to win because he's going to have all the news coverage. And people are going to be outraged about like the political.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's looking like Trump is going to win.
Well, yeah, because people are mad about like the witch hunt or whatever. I don't even care, but I know like people are so passionate about it. It's interesting, man. We live in unprecedented times, really.
Yeah, I think we've always been living in unprecedented times.
I don't know. Even more now, dude. Like everything's uncertain. The economy, our legal policy, everything's uncertain, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Israel-Palestine conflict?
Honestly, I don't really want to get too much into that shit. I've heard that shit enough.
Oh, all right.
It's just too much.
It's okay.
Yeah. But this channel, what I do, I just fill in social problems that's going on and all that stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty laid back, so.
Well, yeah, I can tell. Until Cyber came and he said his sick shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I told him, come in on some peace things. Just be peaceful. I mean, that's all I could ask. It's not
He's
that
a weirdo, man. I don't know. He's just weird.
like, was that too much to ask for? Just to be peaceful?
No.
God dang.
I don't know. He's always like that too, though. And then he goes into rants.
Because after not being on YouTube for quite a while, I would have thought that people would change. Because at first, people will be enemies, then be friends, and then go back to being enemies and being friends and all that shit. Like, it's just a weird cycle. But
I have no idea how many accounts like RBR has banned me on. I've been banned like probably 15 times.
15, god dang.
And I think I got banned today too, because I called him a crazy person or something, and I told him to stop screaming at me.
I don't know why he keeps screaming. He literally does not have to scream to get his point across. Like
he does, though. In his mind, he does.
Like he doesn't have to do, just because you scream does not.
And his point is always so dumb, or he reads the word wrong. Like he was saying ribonucleic acid was ribonucleic acid.
Or, you know, he'll literally read a comment in the chat room. Like, for example, let me just use a comment. He'll be like, look, Ben Garcia, he says, Azor, are you going to vote for Biden again so that you can't, so that Nazi, we can't put that Nazi in power again?
You can't put the Nazi in power. I can't.
Like that's what he does. He likes to put words in people's mouths.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know, like if we're having like, and he talks about having a conversation, but having a conversation is not forcing somebody to agree with you.
Having a conversation is saying,
hold on. And, you know, like having a conversation is not forcing somebody to agree with you. And when somebody expresses their viewpoint, you kick them off the panel.
Oh yeah.
That's not a conversation. And like if you're having a debate, like you cannot debate this dude on his own panel because he will kick you off.
Yeah, I'm kicked off every day. Like every minute, man. I'll get my lie on, and then it's to the back. I'm trying to remember what I said also. Oh, he kept calling me Dylan Roof and a Nazi.
Well, Makeaway says he needs to keep screaming. It's part of the entertainment value. He's just entertainment at this point. He's always been entertainment. And you know what? I must say, he is funny. He's a funny dude. He truly is funny. But, you know, he no matter how many times he says he's trying to be an informative guy and, you know, try to tell Black people the, quote, truth, this dude is funny. He's entertainment. I mean, he's a laughing stock. And he did that shit all by himself. So that's on him. And, you know, it's taking him like, what, 8 years to get that money? Like, I'm going to just say this. That money does not exist.
I don't know what I missed by RBR today because I was kind of in and out today.
I don't know. I mean, you can go to his channel, but all I'm saying is don't try to debate that dude because it's pointless.
No, I know.
It's literally pointless.
He won't accept anything, like any facts, data. Nope.
Like he can't accept an argument from any of us because he's conceited.
Because we're white. You're white racist.
Yeah. Yeah, RBR himself is a racist.
He won't ever admit it. And he calls all the Asian people the C word. He calls Truth Finder a retard. He calls people just names all day.
Yeah, like name calling is just not having a conversation. It's just not. And he needs to stop that shit.
And when Deacon was around, he said Deacon was like some poor Black dude working at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for $5 an hour. Like, so just demean people. I don't know. If he really liked Black people, he wouldn't say shit like that, you know?
It is what it is.
I'm thinking he probably gets paid or something to say some of the shit he says.
No, he doesn't. He does not get paid because YouTube, knowing how fucked up he is, the language that he says on his channel, you know, the hate speech he says on his channel.
Oh, for sure.
Like, they're not paying him. He doesn't deserve to be monetized because of the hate speech he says.
Well, he also hates women, too. He calls them, like, nasty lesbians and all this other shit. And he always talks about Rhonda and all the girls he could have had. I don't know. He's just not a great figure for YouTube.
Nah, not really.
I don't see how they could make money off of him, you know?
No, they can't. I mean, he's useless. But, honestly, this whole thing, excuse me.
Do you think he's a lol cow, though? Like, I genuinely think he's like a lol cow now.
What?
So what a lol cow is it's a chronically online mentally ill person that doesn't know they're mentally ill.
Yeah, he might be.
That's what I really do think he is now. Like, that's what he's become.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to listen to facts. I told him one day, you should get off the internet. You look like a damn fool. And then he blocked my account, but I'm not wrong.
But yeah, I wouldn't even pay attention to him.
I've been on what's it called? Kiwi Farms? Because they all post stuff there. He might get his own thread on there. Because people like really think he's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And people looked into his past. He had like a drug charge, and he tried to say he didn't do the drugs or whatever, or sell the drugs, but he definitely did.
Yeah, the case where he had bricks, 19 bricks in his car.
Yep.
This shit, I mean, that shit was long ago. I mean, I could give a fuck less about that shit. I don't care about that.
I just don't like
the
him
shit
lying.
that he's doing now.
I got no idea, man. I just don't appreciate him lying. You know, if it was in your past, it was in your past. Fuck it, dude. You're like 61 already. Just be honest, you know?
Yeah, sorry, my internet went bad.
It's okay. But yeah, that's the problem I have with him is he has no honesty or like truth in his shows, which is very ironic.
Oh shit. I think he dropped out. Oh god dang. But I think I'm gonna have to close it. I'm gonna close it out for tonight. But I do sincerely appreciate everybody for coming in on the show. Wasn't much of an audience, but I do appreciate the panelists for coming on, and for the people in the chat room for coming on and showing support and whatever. It has been a great discussion. I know that what happened towards the end was a bit fucked up, but this shit it won't happen again. Like shit like that will not happen again. People going after somebody else's family, that's fucked up. And I don't want anybody doing this here. Okay? Because going after people's family, that's fucked up. All right. I don't mind y'all attacking each other, but don't go after each other's family. That's all I ask. And for Cyber, I hope you learned something from all this shit, because that was fucked up. And you were too old to be doing stuff like that, and you just need to chill the fuck out with that shit. Okay? But until you mature, until you get better, you're never getting back on my panel. All right. But anyways, I might go live on Friday, so y'all be ready for that. But yeah, it's been wonderful, getting back on YouTube, actually doing a live stream first time in forever. I don't know. But yeah. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And follow my Instagram if you got. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.